Hi guys! Today I am bringing you my March favorites. March is kind of a slow month for me, mostly because my birthday is at the very beginning of April, and by the middle of March I'm like, oh my gosh, my birthday, it's gonna be here so soon, it's gonna be here so soon, but then I forget that there's an entire half of a month to go through, and it's not my birthday yet, so it just drags by, and now we're at the end of it. We're in April. My birthday is in a couple of days. It's on Monday. I'm excited for that. But let's just get down with the favorites. All of it is makeup except for one item this month. And the first favorite that I have to talk about is the e.l.f. Wet Gloss Lash and Brow Clear Mascara. It looks like this. It does have two ends, and they do label them. This one's labeled eyelash and this one's labeled eyebrow. And I don't think there's any difference between them. I'm fairly certain there's no difference between them. I think they just do that so in case you are using them on your eyelashes as well, you don't get the two mixed up. As you can see, I've been using the eyebrow side pretty heftily. It's nice and opaque from picking up color from my brow products. But if you remember from last month, I said that I really disliked my Anastasia Clear Brow Gel because it started to smell like a month into using it. And it made my brows crunchy. It was too much. But yeah, I've been using this for pretty much a solid month, and there's no weird or offensive smell. It holds my brows like how I want a brow gel to work. It's not too crunchy, it's not too stiff. They still keep your brows looking normal, but it holds them in place. So this is, I think, just fantastic. It was $1. You really can't beat that for a product that works really, really well. And continuing with brows, my next favorite product for the month is the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Brow Color. This is in the shade Medium. I think since I've gotten this, I think I've only used my brow pencil like once or twice. I originally really wanted the Suku brow pencil in moss green, but it is hard to get a hold of in the United States. It is $40 for a brow pen, and it's something that I would just have to buy sight unseen because there's nowhere around me that carries any of those products. So I went to Ulta and I swatched this on my hand, and I thought it looked very similar to how people described the Suku and what I've seen online and in tutorials and videos and things. So I just decided to get this, and this really has been amazing. I don't know if it is a dupe for the Suku pen, but even if it isn't, I'm still really, really happy with this. It goes on looking like watercolor, but very, very thin stripes of watercolor, so it looks very natural, and it really, I don't know, it just adheres very well to the skin, and then once it's on there, yeah, I mean, it's on until you wipe it off with, makeup remover or whatever you use at the end of the day. Yeah. I was gonna say something else, but I don't even know what else there is to say. I really, really like this. I think this was a really good investment. And the next item, and you're gonna recognize a lot of these items because I just talked about them in the latest haul video that I did, but I have been using them pretty much all month. The next item is the Natural Lip Liner from NYX. I picked this up so that I could use this with nude lipsticks and also with nude glosses. I don't know, I just wasn't expecting it to be this awesome. This is just it's such a perfect color for the nude lipsticks that I find that work with my skin tone. When I first got it, I saw that it was kind of more of like a brown pink, and I was like, oh god, that's gonna look horrible on me. But it actually works really incredibly well with the nude lipsticks. Again, a very affordable item that has really, really wowed me, and I mean, I absolutely love this. Anytime I wear nude gloss or nude lipstick now, I pop this on with it, and it just takes it to A+ level. And speaking of nude lips, I actually have two nude lip color favorites. I have the Bite Beauty High Pigment Pencil in Madeira. So that's this one. And then I have the ByTerry Rouge Terrybly in Terrybly Nude. It's a lot of terribles. Honestly, these two colors are actually really similar. This one's a little bit lighter and a little bit peachier toned, and this one's a little bit more mauve toned. But they're both really, really fantastic lip products. The ByTerry is meant to be an anti-aging lipstick, so it's very moisturizing. It has a lot of slip to it, and it just feels nice on the lips all day. And then the Bite Pencil, this is made of food-grade ingredients. It's just, oh my god, it's just such a great pencil, and I like that it rolls up too. My only complaint about this is that it wasn't like drying, but it did get a little dry towards the end of the night and or towards the end of the day. But I mean, a reapplication of it and you're good to go. So I love those two nude lip colors. I never really thought that I'd be a person to like wear nude lips, but those two lip colors and that lip pencil have been like completely changing my mind on that. And then to shake it up a little bit, I do have a hair product that I really, really like. And I guess I haven't actually had this very long, but every time I've used it, the results have just been fantastic. And that is the Alterna Bamboo Volume 48-Hour Sustainable Volume Spray. It comes in this cute bamboo-shaped bottle. And I read some bad reviews on this, but I also read really amazing reviews on this. And I think that the bad reviews might have come from people who just like tried to spray this in their hair and get volume. But if you read the directions on the bottle, they say explicitly to spray this through clean, towel-dried hair prior to blow drying. And that's exactly what I've done, and every time that I've done that, I've gotten, I mean, and I'm not talking like my hair's been like out to here volume, but I mean very natural, very nice looking volume, and it even sticks around. Like, I didn't test the 48 hours, but I did put it in my hair, go out for the night, sleep on my hair, and then the whole next day I also had volume. And I mean, I've done this 2 or 3 times, and it's worked the exact same way every time, and it's just fantastic. I'm not very knowledgeable about hair, so I don't know what ingredients are in here that make it great, but for someone like me, I have fine hair, so this is just amazing. It's amazing if you have fine hair. I love it. And then next, I have an Illamasqua blush. This is in the shade Hussy. Fantastic name and a very bright color. I've used this a ton. I actually got this back in December, but I've used it a ton, but it's so pigmented that it looks like I've not even touched it with a brush yet. It's just a very, very nice, bright pink with just a hint of peach in it. And like I said, you just need barely any of it to make an impact on your cheeks. This thing is going to last me years. Even if I used it every single day for like 5 years, I don't think I would get rid of it. It's probably going to go bad before I can use it all up. But it's a really fantastic color. It's great with spring coming. And it's just a great formula. It stays on the skin, super pigmented. Ugh. And it's called Hussy, and that's funny. So, it's awesome. And then another drugstore item. And this is the, okay, again, I can never remember the name of these, but it's like L'Oreal Rouge Caress Aqua Stain Lacquer, whatever it's called. This is in the shade Coral Tattoo. I've gotten so many compliments when I've worn this, and I wore it for like 4 days in a row when I got it. It's a really, really great color. Again, spring is kind of here. It's just, what better way to welcome the coming of spring than with like wonderful bright colors, and that's what this is. It is much more of an orange toned coral, That probably depends on your own lip color, but I find it to be much more orangey toned. And as you know, if you watch my other video, orange lips are going to be a huge trend for this spring and summer. And this is just a really nice, affordable option that works really, really well. Love this. And then the next favorite, this is just a sample size of the Dr. Jart Black Label Detox BB Cream. Looks like this. It comes in a black bottle. And it is SPF 25, in case any of you are wondering. What I really like about this, I think I could wear it on its own. Not right now, because my face is freaking out right now from like a period breakout. And then also, I'm using a new AHA serum, which your skin can purge with AHAs and BHAs, and that's what's going on. But I think if my skin were to look better, I could probably wear this on its own. However, what I really like to use this for is putting under my foundation when it starts to get more humid outside. I don't know what's in here because this doesn't have ingredients on the back, but for some reason this really helps control my oil and makes it so that when I put something like NARS Sheer Glow on top of it, it's not just going to slide off my face in 3 hours when it's really humid outside. So I love this under makeup, and like I said, if my skin were better, I think I could probably get away with just this, but my skin is not at that point right now. Also, this is a universal color, meaning there's just one shade, and if you're any darker than like an NC or NW20, I honestly think this would be too light for you, because this almost matches my skin perfectly. So not really a universal shade. And then, what else do I have? Oh, 2 palettes. The first palette is an eyeshadow palette, and I'd really been ignoring this for a couple of months, but this past month I started picking it up again, and it's just such a great palette, and it's the Lorac Pro Palette. I know everyone and their mother has heard of this palette, everyone and their mother loves this palette, but they love it for a good reason. It is amazing. It comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have 16 shades, 8 of which are matte, and the other 8 are shimmer. It's so versatile. I mean, you can create hundreds of looks with these shadows. And not just, it's not just a matte palette and it's not just a shimmer palette. It's a nice combination of the two. You can create multi-dimensional looks. You can create flatter looks. You can just, swipe cream over your eyelid and put some mascara on and call it a day. The versatility of this palette is just amazing. And honestly, out of any neutral palette I own, this has got to be my favorite neutral palette. Just because it comes with, we have our stark white, there's a cream shade, and then we start getting a little bit darker with the midtones. And then Sable Espresso and Black are all fairly dark. And the same thing goes with the shimmers. We have our light highlight shades, we have our mid-tone shades, and we have 3 dark shades. And it's just like, I feel like other people that make neutral palettes didn't think about that, and half the palette is like highlight shades, and then the other half is like mid-tone shades, and it's like they forgot to put a dark shade in so that you could actually add like dimension and depth to a look. That's why this is so awesome. You can do anything with this palette. Like, if you were to only own one palette, if you had no other eyeshadows, I would recommend this one. And the last item that I have is a favorite, and I kind of hate to do this because I never like to include items that were limited edition because you can't get them anymore. But I've been using this like an insane amount, so I just want to include it in case others of you out there have this palette. And that is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette. And it comes with 3 shades. You have Dim, Incandescent, and Radiant. Radiant and Dim are full-time shades. You can get them whenever you want. Incandescent is the limited edition shade, and unfortunately, that's the shade that I love the very most from this palette. It is just an amazing highlight for under the eyes and the middle of the forehead. But it just really, like, when you apply it under the eyes, it just brightens everything up. It bounces light. It is fantastic looking. And when I was in Sephora most recently, I actually was talking to one of the sales girls, and I was, you know, kind of moaning that incandescent isn't a permanent shade, and she was like, yo, next time I see the Hourglass rep, like, I will pass that information on, because who knows? Like, maybe if they get enough people complaining that incandescent needs to be permanent, they'll make it permanent, you know? Okay, so those are all my favorites for the month of March. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you have any questions or comments on the products that I showed, please feel free to ask away or comment away down below. If you want to find me on any social media, you can find all the links down below as well. If you liked this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.